Thank you, my good people.
Thank you, citizens of podcast land.
Welcome back to another wonderful, cool, exciting episode of Le Coffee.
After Dark.
I'm changing the name. Le Coffee. After Dark.
Le Coffee sounds loose.
I'm not loose.
That's coffee without light.
Oh, okay. All right, so what's going on with you, my love?
No, I haven't been sleeping well. I've been having weird ghost dreams.
About what?
I keep dreaming that the ship is leaving me and I'm supposed to be on it.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Juleen was in the Navy. She is a Navy veteran.
Aww.
Shout out to all my vets out there.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been having like dreams that I'm chasing after the Navy ship because I miss ship movement. Like I'm supposed to be on the ship and then like I run and run and run and then like I jump on the ship and sometimes I catch the ship, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I have to swim out to it, which there's no way. Like if you swim out to a ship, like you're not just going to hang on to it because it's like 20 stories high.
No, that's definitely not the way it works.
Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes I catch it. Sometimes I have to swim out to it. And then, like, when I get on there, I see, I always see the same three people in an empty corridor. Like, and it's like, you got the knee knockers. Like, I'm stepping over each one. And, I always see two people I served with. One passed from suicide. Another one got shot. And then, another sailor that I don't recognize, like a khaki, and he, I tell him, hi, I'm reporting for duty, and he always tells me, you're not on the list, you're not supposed to be here, and then he tell me, go home, but tell Share Bear Daddy's fine, and then, like, I would get to the house, and then next thing you know, I'm at the house. I'm at the door knocking on our door. And then Rob, you open the door. And then next thing you know, I come in and I'm like, yeah, I wasn't on the list. So, but then there's someone I don't recognize sitting on the couch. But then that person's like in uniform, but like camos. And I ask you who that is. And you're always like, there's no one there. And I'm like, they're sitting right there. I see them sitting right there. And, yeah. And then I'll like wake up, like I'll go to reach for the person to tap them to see who they are. And then I'll like wake up and then I'll wake up like, and then it'll just be, then, you get up, go to the bathroom, you try and go back to sleep. And then you can't, not all the way, not like you were. And then the knocking dreams. Like, I dream that I'm sleeping in bed, and then I'll go knock on, like, I'll hear knocking on the door, and I'll get up, and, and I'll go to open the door, and, my late great-grandmother will stop me and she'll tell me to go back to bed. And then the one that was like weird was the same thing, except I get out of bed next to you and I'm an adult. I walk through the door and I'm in a whole different place. I'm in my grandmother's house and I'm like little, like 4 years old or something. And like I've gotten out of bed because I hear knocking. And then like I leave the bed with you. And then I walk through the door. I'm in and suddenly I'm 4 years old in my grandmother's house, going to go answer the door. And she'll look at me the way she used to, and she'll say, I nako, jam, go back to bed. And then okay. And I'll go back to bed. And as soon as I walk through the door, I'm back in bed like I'm an adult, getting back in bed with you, and then I'll wake up.
I know what that means. You're obviously a time traveler.
Time traveler? Really?
Time, space, continuum.
The wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Exactly.
I don't know, but my dreams have been waking me up and keeping me up.
No, but for real, I honestly think because of, the whole Russia-Ukraine war stuff, you put yourself back in that place, and you're having dreams of missing, the ship, and you just don't worry about, you don't have to fight anymore. You can relax and watch it on the news with the rest of us.
What is going on out there is such a shame. Ukrainians, they're like, men aren't allowed to leave the country. They're getting bombed all over the place. And then, like, they don't have a choice. And, I volunteered. To do that, and these men don't get a choice.
Yeah, maybe that's why you've been having those dreams.
Yeah, maybe.
Because you volunteered, and then I think there are a pretty large group of men in the Ukraine who are volunteering.
Yeah, I mean there are even groups
women
of
out there too.
Like women volunteering, people from UK are volunteering. People are flying over there to volunteer to fight for them.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you want to go to war, hey, so be it. But I don't know how I feel getting into another country's issues. I think that's kind of a slippery slope, especially being, American.
Well, that's the thing. Because of the threat of nuclear war, it just seems like nobody wants that smoke. But they need help. Like, it's like watching a much larger bully beat up a little kid. But
having a hard time.
Yeah, but Ukraine's giving them the business right now because they're like, just no. Because they got heart. They're smaller, but they got heart. I saw a video of a grandma turning her beer into bombs.
Yeah, I saw a lady driving by a Russian tank and threw a Molotov cocktail at it.
And an old dude climbed onto a Russian tank and put a Ukraine flag on it. See,
they bought that life. They bought it.
They are the Ukrainian army, the people in general. That's gangster. That is gangster. And then the fact that they are being kind to the Russian soldiers that invaded their country, blew up their buildings, displaced like thousands of families.
Well, yeah, there are a big group of well, I don't know if it's a big group, but there are some Russian soldiers that don't believe in what they're doing. They just have to be out there.
Yeah, I mean,
Got no choice.
And, you know, that sucks too. And then, you know, the Russian people that don't agree with the war, has shit to do with it, is out there suffering too. Because all the Western businesses and the member of NATO pulled all their money out of Russia. So shit's about to get real hard real quick. And it's
Real
not
quick.
even their fault.
No, not at all.
It's like one dude making all the calls.
Well, I mean, hey, communist. It is what it is. Communist.
You know. And I said it once. It's, you know, they need to get Putin into custody and get Putin's backup plan into custody.
Putin.
Yeah, Putin. I just, you know, I go from wanting to call him Puta to wanting to give him some ridiculous name.
Yeah, but we're not here to talk about Mother Russia and Ukraine.
Well, not our mother. But no, this is not that type of podcast. I guess I don't know. I think you're right. Maybe the dreams mean I feel responsible, but like the people I love are telling me I don't have a responsibility anymore.
Yeah, I think because you served and you're proud of that, proud of your country, you feel the need to want to help. Nothing wrong with that. But we as your family are just saying, you don't have to. That's something you don't have to worry about anymore.
Yep. And like, it's interesting, like, it's always a closed door knocking that calls me away from bed.
Lucid dream, I'm telling you.
I don't know how to do that. I keep waking up, so we will be drinking chamomile tonight.
The like original chamomile or like the honey kind of softened chamomile?
Mixed. I'm going to put some original chamomile in the honey chamomile.
Okay, that works.
Maybe
I'll try that.
Maybe we should, let's go down to Cal Poly and get some raw honey. That sounds so bomb.
Well, it depends on what time we get done with this.
Because
We gotta get the kitties.
for those of y'all who are just tuning in now, if you go back to the beginning of Coffee After Dark, we talk about how when we met and went on a date, I pulled a bottle of honey out of my bag.
Yeah, I believe that was titled "She's Got Honey in Her Bag" swag.
Yep.
That's her most listened to episode. Still to this day.
Yep, and that was that Cal Poly honey.
I mean, it was huge.
Yeah, it was like a 2-pound bottle of honey.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
See, I'm gonna need that. It's been a long time.
I don't know if we can. I don't know. It might be a little traffic too. Maybe we might have to like get the kids and then go.
Yeah, probably. Well, we'll see. We'll see how the chips fall.
We'll see how the cookie crumbles. All right, so what coffee? We're not drinking coffee right now. Sorry. Whoops.
Well, you drank coffee at Flappy Jack's. That was our date today.
That was breakfast.
Yeah, we had Flappy Jacks for breakfast. It was a surprise because I was supposed to go to the spa, but my favorite spa was closed for renovations.
Don't worry, I'll spa you.
Yes, you gonna make it hot.
Yeah.
Put the hot rocks on my back.
Oh, I'm gonna put something hot on your back. It might not be rocks. No, I'm
You
kidding.
put something warm on my back.
I'm just kidding.
Is it gonna feel like hot oil?
Okay, let's move right along.
Look, ladies, like no cap. That is supposed to be some of the best stuff for your skin, though. Supposedly it makes your skin soft because of the protein in it. Just saying.
You know what? Like years ago, when I was when me and my boy was living together, and he had just had his son, his cousin would wipe the pee diapers on her face.
Oh, ew. Oh no.
Because that was good for your skin.
No. Oh, nope. That's a 100% nope for me.
That's what she said, and that's what she did. Hey, that was on her.
I mean, okay. I guess I can see the connection. It comes out of the same place.
So in other words, moving right along.
No, okay, so let's talk about it. So does the male sex goo and the male, the male urine, it comes out of the same hole, right?
Yes.
Okay, I could definitely see the connection. But isn't urine like the liquid waste of what you consume? Like when you put water through the body, it cleanses you of like toxins, right? And then flushes it out.
I think it's only baby pee.
Oh.
That's it. Like not like if I just peed and just wiped it on my face. Like no.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I feel like the toxins would make you break out.
Yeah, but it's only babies.
Okay. All right. So I guess the conclusion I'm bringing to here is when it comes to skincare, out of for babies, you could use pee, but then for like, that extra protein to give your skin that soft, supple, that would be an adult only product.
Okay. It's enough of this. That is enough of this.
Save it for my other show. Mm-hmm. Save it for my filthy show.
Anyway, I have been drinking the Wide Awake breakfast blend. It's really good.
I have been doing the mocha flavored coffee, the green bag Starbucks coffee with it's like mocha flavored.
Yeah, that's good too.
I saw a lady cook make chocolate from scratch. Do you know like the big cacao beans? Like, she pulls this thing that looks like an alien slug out of it. And then...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you were watching that. I was like, what? Is somebody giving birth to what?
It definitely looks like an alien fetus. It's so weird.
Exactly.
I would have cracked it open and be like, oh, nope. I'm good. What is this? This is not chocolate. You lied.
I don't know. I don't think that's how you make chocolate.
I feel like, because they're called nibs. Like, when you roast it, they're called nibs, and then you grind it and I don't know. It could be. If when the zombie apocalypse comes, I know we will have chocolate, because I now know how to pull chocolate slugs out of the cacao beans and roast them into nibs and make chocolate.
We won't be making any chocolate. Trust.
During the zombie apocalypse, we're going to be without chocolate?
Yeah. We won't miss it.
I will miss it.
No, you won't.
I will.
Trust me, you won't.
I'm going to be like, do you remember peanut butter M&Ms and almond roca, Ferrero Rocher?
And I'm going to be like, it's not here anymore.
I'll be like, but it could be. We just need to get a cocoa slug.
A cocoa alien?
Yeah, cocoa alien slug.
Okay.
But
that's fine.
Then
we'll do that.
On our zombie apocalypse farm, we also have to grow peanuts. Get peanuts so I can get peanut brittle.
Brittle.
Yeah, we got to grow peanuts and sugar cane.
No, cashew. Do cashew brittle. That's
cashew brittle. Yeah. Okay, so we got to grow cashews and sugar cane so we can make sugar, and then that way we can have cashew brittle during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah, at my grandma's house, years ago when I was a kid, there was a sugar cane tree.
No, I believe sugarcane is a monocot, so it's like it like grows like bamboo almost.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to have sugarcane. Used to go out there, pick it, and eat it. It was sweet.
Yeah, like you could chew on it, like old school old school herbal medicine had people chewing on sugarcane for I think it's for like headaches or allergies or something. I can't remember. I don't remember honestly, but I know it was like a medicinal. There was a medicinal use.
Yeah, it was good. Those were the good old days.
I think when we get our farm, we're gonna. No, we seriously talk about getting a farm all the time. When we move out of this apartment.
Yeah, I always flip back and forth, though. I want one, and then I'm like, I don't know.
I know. I want to grow things.
Yeah, me too.
And I want to have like, okay, so our farm has to have stuff we can grow, like vegetables, and then, our fruits and sugar cane. Like, there's got to be like half of the farm as growing stuff, and then a herd of cashmere goats and chickens.
Okay, how about this? We get a house, find you some garden space. We can grow some stuff. We don't need goats because we have kids.
Well, I mean, they might smell the same, but goats produce cashmere, which is a high-value textile.
Well, kids produce stress. Stress is good.
But it's not a high-value textile. See, cashmere sells for about maybe like $30 for like maybe half a pound, I think. I believe the running rate is like $70 per like pound of roving. So
I don't know about goats.
well, they'd have to have their own like part, and then if you want to cut down on some brush, you just send in the goats. But cashmere goats, you get the under part of their fur or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you spin it into yarn and sell it, and it's a high value yarn.
You want yarn.
It's
That's what you're after. Yarn.
It's considered high end yarn. And then same if you get like merino sheep, you shear them, spin that into yarn. Look, we can literally grow everything we need, from food to clothing, stuffs. It like we could live.
We can also go to the store and buy it.
Not during the zombie apocalypse. So while everything's good now and we're still figuring stuff out and we have the grocery store as a backup, right? We should get our setup now. That way, when the apocalypse happens, we're gonna be set.
So you're preparing for the imaginary apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
You forgot zombie.
Apocalypse.
See, my dream home is like lots of land where I'm like riding around on horses shooting zombies.
Oh, okay. No problem.
Yeah. See? And then when we get our farm, we can practice by setting up zombie cutouts, zombie targets around the perimeter of the property. Right around, and look, here's what I'll do. I'll set up zombie targets so you could ride around the perimeter, right, shooting zombie targets, and then I'll like move it every day so you never know where the zombie target will be.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, when you're ready to join me in the real world, I'll be waiting for you. Okay? I'll always wait for you.
No. See, you're my husband, and therefore you're supposed to participate in my ridiculousness. See, and just like that, you guys just realized all the shenanigans that Rob has to put up with on a daily basis.
I gotta prepare for something that'll never happen.
You never know.
Not even real.
You never know. People could be like, I miss my arm. I'm going to regenerate my arm, and then, oops, I'm a zombie.
No, that is, what's his name from Spider-Man? The lizard.
Okay.
He tried to regrow his arm and turned himself into a lizard.
Okay, that's a lizard, but, someone could be like, I don't want to die.
So
I don't want to die. And then, oops, I'm a zombie.
We need to get ready for the lizard apocalypse. People turning into lizards and trying to eat our faces.
Okay. Well, I mean, that could happen too. Some people say there are already lizard people here.
Mm-hmm. Stay away from those people.
We're getting ready for the zombocalypse.
The what?
The zompocalypse.
Okay, what is that?
The zombie apocalypse.
No, the lizard apocalypse.
See, it doesn't sound as cool as the zompocalypse. because the scientific word for lizard or reptiles or the study of reptiles is herpetology. So if you say the herpocalypse, it sounds like everybody catches an STD and dies.
Let's all get ready for the herpocalypse. Batten down the hatches.
See?
Buy up all the milk, beans, rice, bread.
Toilet paper.
No, leave that there. You won't need it.
And ammo. Don't forget. Gotta buy ammo.
Yeah, okay. So we are actually here to talk about
Euphoria.
Mm-hmm. And if you guys have not caught on yet, we pick things to watch during our date, and we try to, integrate the storyline with our lives, how we would react as a couple, show the parallels between whatever we're watching and our relationship.
And as you can tell, just so an update, I'm finishing up The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Just be ready for that herpocalypse.
Herpocalypse.
Okay, so Euphoria, Zendaya. Wait, we have to take it back to season 1. We just finished watching season 2.
Yeah.
So season 1, I'm kind of foggy on it. We are introduced to the main character, Zendaya. She plays Rue, who is at the time a recovering drug addict. She's just getting out of rehab and trying to get her life back together.
No, she's not trying. She's not trying.
Well, for a quick second, she tried, and then she was just like, "Nah."
She was sober for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was the car ride, and she's like, as soon as I get home, I'm doing drugs. She even said, I have no intention of getting clean.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Along the way we meet the main characters, which is Rue, Jules, Nate, Maddie, and
Lexi.
No, not Lexi. She's not a main character.
Oh, the
sister.
Oh, okay. The cam girl.
Cassie.
No, that's the terrible friend.
Yeah, I think she was a main character.
No,
in season 1.
Yeah, but the cam girl too.
Was she though, or was she just a cam girl?
No, I think she was. She was part of the group and everything. So.
Okay, well, these characters have their own trauma they're dealing with. Like Maddie's dealing with the trauma of her mother and father. They don't communicate. When they do communicate, they yell. So she's dealing with that. Cassie is dealing with the loss of her father, trying to find love in places she shouldn't be trying to find love in.
Tell me, you didn't say that again.
Who else? Nate. Nate is all screwed up.
Nate,
like psycho Nate.
I feel like Nate's trauma was the worst one of all. Because, I mean, there are worse things than finding your father's porn collection. But the fact that he's realizing that his father, his father is living a double life really kind of messed with him, because then he realized that his father's living a double life, and that he kind of low-key resents his kids for that.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see that at first. That's something I didn't realize until watching season 2. Because to me, it seemed like, yeah, he was unhappy. Nate's dad, Cal. Yeah, but he was unhappy. But I didn't feel the resentment towards his family until season 2. They made it make sense for me.
I did, because in season 1 they introduced Nate stumbling across the porn collection, and how his dad's always telling Nate, you're a warrior, you're this, you're that, you're a man. But they always said how the older boy is the one that Cal just doesn't like.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, we never... Do we ever figure out why, though?
No, they pay it off in season 2 when they realize, when he, sleeps with the man for the first time, and then finds out that his girlfriend at the time, Nate's mom, is pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's kind of like the show's kind of telling us that's why he resents his first son so much.
Yeah, because he was, rolling around with his best friend who he had feelings for, and they ended up sleeping together. And then that same morning, he found out that his girlfriend and future wife was pregnant. So he felt he had to be a man, because his father was that man. You handle your business, you take care of what you're supposed to take care of. Now, financially, I think he gave them a good life. Emotionally, no.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he wasn't loving.
Yep, he wasn't. And that's what season 1 told us, was that he was loving and strong, and you're a warrior towards Nate, but then he was kind of an asshole to Nate's older brother. He basically ignored him, didn't even look at him half the time.
Yeah, it's funny though. Being a viewer, you ignore him too, because he's just there.
Yeah. The show does a really good job of telling us that he is not important in the land of Cal.
Yeah, they're really good at showing you a person's experience through their lens.
Honestly, I love what they did in season 2, because Lexi was one of those characters as well. The one, forgettable. We forget
she was just kind of there.
Yeah, we forget she's there until Rue asks her to pee in a cup for her. And Rue has a whole breakdown on stage.
I'm sorry. She asks Rue asks, what's her name again?
Lexi.
I wanted to say Lizzie. But Rue asked Lexi to pee in a cup because
she was doing drugs.
Rue was doing drugs. And just like a G, just like a friend, we don't talk, but I always have your back. Lexi did it.
Yeah. Lexi, Rue would disappear, snap on her, act like a complete jerk to her. But then whenever she needed pee or anything, she was there.
Yep, always. But season 2, like you said, they do a good job of integrating a different character's story, who was like you see in season 1, but they're not really that prominent. Like, like with Nate's older brother, they're just kind of there.
Yeah.
And they do a good job of integrating them into the story.
I think that the way they integrated Fez into the story and Lexi into the story was fantastic. They did a great job.
Oh, definitely. And I was a fan of Lexi and Fez. Call him Fexy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was rooting for Fexy.
Yeah, but who knows what's gonna happen to them now?
I don't know. I just like the moment where he was talking to her and she realized, like, wow, somebody's paying attention to me.
Yeah,
and it feels good, and it's not like a toxic I need type situation.
Yeah, at the party she was like, "You're the only one who really talks to me, only one that took the time to see me."
Yeah,
which I think is interesting, and I find the whole almost contrast between Lexi and the other girls interesting as well, because you notice all the other girls left with barely any clothes on, and then Jules had some like a hyper feminine like costume. What was she had like wings or whatever?
Yeah.
It was. I mean, Jules sometimes comes off as the girliest of girls. And what does Lex, do you remember what Lexi came dressed as?
What's the painter's name?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
We're
Yeah,
gonna put
that was
a happy little
looked,
tree right here.
She looked just like Bob Ross.
Yeah, she did that. And the mom was like, "Do you see any of your other friends dressed like a 40-year-old man or a middle-aged man?"
Yeah, and see, that happened in season 1. And watching season 2 and realizing that was a clue to who she was, a creative.
Yep.
And that was her outlet.
Yeah, she was an artist who created a world to tell her story.
The world's greatest play.
Yeah, that play was amazing. The gym scene was so funny.
Yeah, I mean, my only problem with that play is it went on too long. It went on for 2 episodes.
Well, I wanted to watch the play. Like, I did not like all the time cuts, like all the hard cuts back and forth.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, it's freshman year now? What are we doing? I thought we were watching the play.
Yeah. I didn't even realize they were like juniors in high school. I thought they were seniors getting ready to go to college.
I spent half the play episodes going, wait, what is going on? What are we looking at now? Wait, we're back at her dad's funeral? What is going on?
Yeah, it seemed like they tried to cram a lot into the last episode.
Yeah.
They should have just did another episode.
Yeah, they could have just done the play, extended it another episode. But the Maddie Cassie fight scene, I mean, I'm glad Cassie finally got her ass whooped. I don't know.
She deserved it.
She definitely deserved it. I was expecting more of I wasn't expecting hair pulling and face slapping.
I expected more in the fight.
Yeah.
But we gotta laugh. She smashed her head against the wall. That's Maddie's thing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
When they were showing the Maddie, they were doing the Maddie story
montage.
arc. Yeah. And they showed her like slapping up some girls and pushing their heads against walls and windows.
Maddie as a little kid, like smacking somebody's head with the locker, and she's like, "Fucking racist."
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Oh, it was so funny. But you know, the McKay Cassie situation, I felt for McKay at first.
I did too.
But with the whole abortion situation, I felt like he didn't support her the way a partner should.
Yeah, see, and this is where I think the show kind of was going one way, and they said, no, we want Cassie and Nate to be together so we can have this big blow up with Maddie. How do we get her away from McKay? Because it always seemed like McKay did love her.
Yeah.
He cared about her. He was a little insecure about her past.
Yeah.
But he loved her, and he had his own issues with football and his father, but nothing out of the norm.
I felt like McKay's relationship with his dad was pretty good. I felt like he had a good relationship with his dad.
Yeah, I don't know if he wanted to play football.
You think that was a dad dream?
Yeah, I think that his dad kind of pushed that on him. And maybe somewhere he learned to love it.
Oh, maybe. I mean, I can see that. Like, I push David to do things all the time. But, as hard as I push, I always want them to be happy. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, when you're raising your kid and when you see they're talented at something, you want to push them towards that talent. Because it's nothing like being able to do something naturally.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what got me, though? Rue's mom talking to the rehab, saying, "What am I supposed to do? Do you not understand? My daughter's going to kill herself."
I was sad.
It was. I cried a little. Because...
I didn't.
Well, I did because... I can't imagine being a mother begging a rehab to take my child in because they are self-destructing. And yeah, because it's like, and it's self-inflicted. You feel helpless and stuff. I mean, my knee-jerk reaction when someone I know starts doing drugs is to cut ties immediately.
Me too.
But not because I don't want to help them, but because the help they need cannot come from me. I can't.
Yeah. And you also have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
As well.
Well, if you continue to help people with that type of problem, like the way
you can enable them.
Yeah, you enable them. I firmly feel like the sooner someone who is addicted to drugs sees that they're not going to get help from anybody, it will force them to go get help. But, that's just me. I don't want people to come for us and be like, "Oh, you hate addicts." I don't. In fact, it's my firm wish that every addict gets help and chooses themselves over the drugs.
Yeah, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta hit rock bottom, and that's not even just. I'm not even talking about with addiction. That's just life. You gotta hit rock bottom to say, I want more.
It's like it's like what you say, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
That is the definition to insanity.
Yeah. So, if you're friends with someone and they start doing drugs and you see like they're gone, because in Euphoria, Rue was like stealing money and jewelry from her friends on like her worst of the worst day. Had her running through the streets. She ended up at a drug dealer's house getting shot up with morphine because she was so dope sick.
Yeah, she went into somebody's house and took their pills.
Yeah, she went into Fez's house.
No, not Fez's. It was like a random person's house.
Oh, yeah.
Like they were leaving and the garage door was closing and she kind of slid under.
Oh, yeah. Well, she didn't just take the pills. She took the money.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. Yep, she sure did.
She took the money, the jewelry. She stopped by Lexi's house. And Lexi let her in. She was sweaty, stinking, been puking, smelled like shit. And Lexi let her in, and she went to go use the bathroom, took the jewelry, the medicine out of the cabinets, and then ran off. Not before exposing Cassie.
Yeah, because at this point, I know we're doing a lot of jumping around from season 1 to season 2, but by this point, Cassie broke up with McKay and is now dating Nate.
Yes.
Which is Maddie's ex-boyfriend.
Yep.
So in order to get the heat off of Rue, she brings up Nate and Cassie's relationship.
So they all turn their attention to Cassie, and Rue just
slips on out of there.
She takes off. So she's just running through her city, puking periodically, breaking into homes, getting money, jewelry, all kinds of stuff before she ends up at her drug dealer's house getting shot up with morphine. And then she walks back in. She hops out the car in the middle of traffic too, which is just wow.
And just took off like she was in Frogger.
Yes. Oh my God. I was having like anxiety watching it.
Yeah, I just didn't want to get hit.
Yep. Yeah. There you go. But so, we talked about, how we act when, we are confronted with someone who we love, who is an addict.
Yeah. Or just like kind of toxic.
Yeah.
That's that buzzword.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the thing. You got to choose yourself. You got to choose yourself and your family. And by not enabling your loved one to use, like you're helping in a more passive way.
Yeah, it sounds selfish, but in order to help an addict, a lot of times you have to choose yourself. You have to remove yourself from that situation. Not because you don't love the person, but you can't help. Like you said, you can't give them the help they need. You will only enable them. So you're going to have to back off, let them do their thing. They may hit rock bottom, they may not. but they have to choose the help for themselves.
And
Choosing for them, it's not going to work.
I thought that the relationship between Rue, Jules, and Guitar Kid was interesting because he was the enabler, whereas Jules was the one who was like, no, I flushed the drugs. I will not be with you while you are doing drugs.
Yeah, Jules said, I don't want to be with you if you're doing drugs. So Rue got clean for Jules.
Which was the wrong reason.
Which is the wrong reason. And just like we were saying, Jules broke up with Rue the end of season 1. Like she left her in the train station.
Clean. And not saying that her relapse was Jules's fault, but I mean, everybody's like, oh, Rue is using and lying about it. But Jules is toxic too. She had like 2 sneaky links. She's always cheating on her.
Yeah.
She was like sneaky linking everywhere. And she was like, oh, I won't be with you while I'm doing drugs, but I could leave on a train and then go bump rails with a friend right before sleeping with them.
Exactly. Yeah. But Rue loved Jules so much, she didn't even mind being cheated on.
I mean, it was... She was like the worst partner.
Yeah, so the beginning of season 2, Rue meets the Guitar Kid. I forget his name. Blonde hair kid with the Apple logo tatted on his face. She meets him. They have something in common. They both like to do drugs. So they start getting high together. Jules comes back into the fold. Rue lets her. They get back together. And then Jules is about to sleep with Guitar Kid.
Yeah, and then Guitar Kid was like, Rue's doing drugs behind your back. Because Jules was like, Jules was trying to have sex with Rue. And Rue just didn't feel a thing because she was so high.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, I think Rue faked an orgasm. He's like, no, she loves you. And then so they're like getting ready to like do the thing. And then he goes, Rue really likes you. It's not, she's just doing drugs behind your back. And that definitely just killed the whole mood.
Mm-hmm. Jules tells Rue, Ju went to go tell Rue's mother.
Yep.
And Rue's mother dumped the drugs down the toilet.
Wait, was it her mother or was it Jules?
No, the mother did.
Oh, yeah. So the mom flushes it, and then you get to see, like, you know, the shot when you see the shot that goes through the kitchen. All you see is the cabinet and the counter, and all you see is Jules, and then a few cushions down, you see Guitar Kid.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting shot because that's like the 2 sides of Rue. Jules is like the side of her that wants to be a good person and stay clean. And then the Guitar Kid is kind of like, not that he's not a good person, but he will let her do drugs all she wants and just let her be her and not try and change her.
Yeah. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. As soon as she walks in and she sees the 2 of them sitting, like, you can see that shot, and I thought it was interesting because it seemed like she had to choose which person, and then, you know, first person she walks up to is Jules and says, what did she say? Oh, she tells Jules, "You're dead to me." And
yeah, that was pretty cool because she just had like a huge blow up with her mother.
yeah. So she walked up to Jules and was like, "You're dead to me." And her whole situation just spiraled. So I feel like, since Jules kind of represents hope and wanting to be clean and stuff, I think the words "you're dead to me" is interesting use of those words before she took off and just spiraled into rock bottom, because that's kind of like symbolic of how her hope is gone.
Yep, and she has to find it herself.
Mm-hmm.
Which, you know, the ending of season 2 was almost perfect with Rue and Jules, because Jules, you know, apologizes, says she misses her and she loves her, and Rue just, she doesn't say anything. She kisses Jules on the forehead, gets up and walks away.
Yeah.
Because she's got to find her own hope. She's got to want it for herself.
Yeah, that
was deep.
That was wonderful. But I would like to talk about the shots that followed. The cinematography in this show is just,
it's almost perfect.
A1, except for there was some like things that kind of felt like an acid trip. But like when she was in the tent and she's like, "I'm so happy," like that felt like an acid trip. But the shot that I really liked is when she kissed Jules and said, and just walked away. And then you see her, you know, she said, "Oh, I stayed clean for the rest of the year." And you see her going towards the exit, like that straight down the hall as she's walking out shot.
Yeah.
And then like the doors open, and then you see that same shot that they did through season 1 and season 2, where she can choose one path that leads to Fez's house to go get her drugs, or she could choose the path that goes to her NA meeting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and speaking of Fez, I'm going back to season 1. And this is why I think Zendaya is a generational talent. Like the scene where she was wanting more drugs and she went to Fez's house, and you know, because Fez thinks as her as a little sister, he didn't let her in and he didn't give her any drugs. And she was knocking at the door, screaming and yelling because she wanted that fix.
Yeah.
And what did she say?
Oh,
she said, "You made me like this."
Yes.
That hit hard.
But really, nobody made her like that. She made herself like that with like poor choices. One could argue her mother made her that way because she said she had ADD, or like you just see her being diagnosed and assessed with stuff and then medications given as a little kid. So one could argue her mother made her that way.
Yeah, it's possible. It's just, you know, she was just talking bad about Fez, and he stood on the other side of the door, and he listened, and he took it.
Yeah.
Because he cared about her.
Yeah.
And see, and it goes back again. He had to shut her off.
Yep. Hey, and it's like every time she gets shut off from drugs or something happens, it's when the people she loves cuts her off and stops enabling her.
Yep, that even happened with what's the guy from the rehab?
Oh, Ali, was it Ali?
Ali, I believe his name. Yeah, Ali, who's a really good character.
Yeah, he's complicated character.
Yeah.
You don't want to like him because you know he beat the unholy hell out of his wife and kid. But
he cut her off because he was genuinely trying to help her, give her advice, show her this is the path. She chose drugs, and he was like, I'm done.
yeah, he was like, well, what's in the suitcase? And he set a boundary. He said, you do not get to use what I share with you as a weapon. If you do that again, we're done. And she did, and he cut her off. But the thing that says the most about him as a character is when she got clean and called him.
Which was another great scene.
Yes, the Jolly Rancher. I felt like she wanted to. She couldn't even open a Jolly Rancher.
I know that sounds weird. That's just something you have to see. I mean, if you haven't seen the show, please go watch it.
It speaks to the cinematography.
A lot of penises in season 1, though. Just forewarning you.
Yeah. There is penis.
Like every episode, almost in season 1, at least 2.
Yeah. But the Jolly Rancher scene really speaks to the cinematography of it all, because it's like you feel her pain trying to get to this one sweet treat, this one thing. It's not even like pure joy. It's just something that would it's candy that would give her.
It was symbolic.
Yeah, it was symbolic. And she couldn't even open it. She couldn't help herself. It just looked like her body was too heavy for her to carry.
Yeah, and this is after she was clean and realizing the hurt she caused people. And especially with Ali, like the one person who was active, well, other than the mother. The mother was trying to actively help.
Problem was the mom was also judgmental.
True.
See,
because the mother was hurting too. She lost her husband. It's not just Rue losing her dad and, woe is me. The mother lost her husband.
Yeah, and
she's feeling it too. And then her daughter is spiraling out of control, using drugs.
Well, the little sister called her out immediately. She was having none of it. But, the little sister always has to take a back seat to Rue's problems. So, if we had to say who helped her without judgment, it would be Ali. Who helped her the most, it would be her mother. Her mother was cleaning shit sheets, pee clothes,
fighting, physically fighting.
Yeah, physically fighting, holding her accountable with drug tests. And when Rue is foaming at the mouth because the mom flushed the drugs and she's getting physically ill trying to get clean, the mom still advocates for her. The fact that she judges her is the problem.
Yeah. Dang, we've been at this, way over an hour.
Oh yeah, we are out of time.
Yeah, we might have to do a part 2 of this breakdown because it's a lot more.
Yeah, and usually I'm more about the script, but the script in this whole thing was excellent. Script, delivery. it was so excellent to a point where I started looking at the cinematography, and that's not something I usually really notice heavily.
Yeah, that's the first thing I notice. That's what pulls me in.
Yeah, and the show really just had it all.
Yeah, so tune in next week. I guess we'll do a part 2 breakdown of Euphoria.
Yeah, we could do that. You can do that, maybe.
Okay, now, as we always say,
always have your coffee.
After dark. Now hit my music. Rest in peace, Scott Hall.